What was your New Year's resolution? Mine was to eat less cake, run 10 miles a day, and to play a stunning next generation MMORPG. Yeah, I love recording where I live. Motorbike guy. I haven't actually heard him in a long time, but there he goes. What was your New Year's resolution? Mine was to eat less cake, run 10 miles a day, and to play a stunning next generation MMORPG released in 2022. Honestly, only one of those things are going to be a reality, and no, it is not eating less cake. Hey, my name is STIX, and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here and you're interested in what might potentially be the biggest release of 2022, then I urge you to go ahead and click the previous news video at the end of this video and subscribe to remain updated with any and all MMO news like this in the future. Today, we are taking a look at a brand new, just recently announced MMORPG called Arthdal Chronicles. This was apparently a Korean TV series that they are adapting into a new global IP. And most importantly, this IP is going to include an MMORPG slated for release in 2022, that's this year, which is fantastic news for us as Western players. But you know what? Before we discuss this game any further, let's go ahead here and take a look at the trailer. That way we can get a rough gauge of how this game is going to potentially end up being. So, wow. Those might be some of the best female character models I've seen in a long time. Mount, or there are mounts. That's interesting. It looks like, oh wow. The animations for these characters are actually ridiculously impressive. But then again, this is a trailer and I do not see any UI around, so I'm going to keep my expectations tempered. I'm going to temper my expectations just a little bit. Well, that genuinely looked pretty damn stunning. Now, I am fully aware that this was a trailer for the game, and we should always be highly cautious of trailers, especially when, as I noted, they lack a UI. But you have to admit, they got you a little bit excited, right? So, Arthdal Chronicles was announced alongside the new Solo Leveling and 7 Deadly Sins Origin games, both of which look absolutely incredible, and are all being developed by Netmarble. The game is going to utilize a type of action combat system, or at least that's what it seems like we'll be getting. They haven't confirmed whether it'll be a full action system like Black Desert and Terra, or something more hybrid like Guild Wars 2 or Swords of Legends Online. As noted, this is a direct adaptation of the Korean TV series of the same name that aired back in 2019. Interestingly enough, Netmarble are releasing both the second season after 3 years and the MMO in 2022 simultaneously, in an attempt to, I'm guessing here, capitalize on each other's hype and success, bolstering their respective communities. There are planned differences between the game and the series though. The game will feature a larger world that isn't present within the series, with the inclusion of additional regions and tribes. Tribes act as a sort of faction system, similar to how factions work in Blade and Soul. You wear different outfits specific to each tribe, you eat native food, you live in buildings with that tribe's unique architecture. Their goal with the game is to promote a sense of competition, with different factions maintaining power in regions, causing political alliances, wars, and more. Which does mean that naturally, one faction, one tribe is going to end up ultimately dominating the server. This happens all too commonly in MMOs. I'm sure you've all experienced it yourself at one point or another. The world itself is going to be large and open. It seems as though we'll be capable of seamlessly exploring the world without any type of loading screens inhibiting us, which means that if there's an open world PvP system, there'll be no escaping your enemies. But let's be real for a moment here. They're going to be running from us, not the other way around. There seems to be functional mounts in game, but it's unconfirmed whether land mounts are the only form of travel. Maybe there'll be a type of aerial mounts. Maybe you can glide like in Justice Online or Swords of Legends Online. The game is going to have a PvP system. You cannot have a game feature politics and faction warfare without PvP. We just don't know if there will be open world PvP or instanced guild and territory wars. We are getting a 100% confirmed English release for the game. Netmarble expressed that they want to turn this into a new global IP launching in 2022, so we can expect this game sometime this year. And finally, the game will be completely cross-platform compatible between PC and mobile devices, just like Solo Leveling and the 7 Deadly Sins Origin. And that is it. This honestly looks stunning. No lie, it is genuinely gorgeous. I don't know, I hope it lives up to both of the aforementioned titles, given that they're all being developed by the same company. This is a very large selection of games coming in 2022. Now, if you are interested in a game that could potentially be the biggest game of this entire year of 2022, I urge you to go ahead, click this video right over here. I guarantee you, you are going to love what you see.